still doing derivative. Now it's up to y'all. Do y'all want to square that thing out first, or do you want to just do chain rule with it?
I tried to do the chain and it come out right.
It did not come out right. Well, let's see if we can fix that. All right,
Well,
if you do the chain, you bring down the 2. Your insides are the same. You lower your power. He's just going to be a 1, and then the derivative of the inside is 8x plus 4. Okay. So the interesting thing is both of these have powers of 1. So that means you can multiply those two together.
That's what
I did not do that right.
I took it to the front.
So if you go through and you multiply these two together, it's just going to turn out to be a big mess. 32x cubed, and that's 16x squared. And that's going to be 32x squared. Let me get this out of the way. And then that's going to be 16x. Now we can put those two together if you want to. 32x cubed plus, what is that, 48? And then basically we're just doubling everything. 64x cubed, 96x squared, 32x. Gotta be this one. So, because these were wrong with the 32s and this one didn't have the right middle. So it's gotta be big. But it should have come out if you'd squared it first and then taken the derivative. You should get the same answer. Okay? B. Alright, so this one says find the slope of the line that's tangent to the graph of the function at the given value of x. Do you know what that's telling you to do? Slope means what for us? I thought I had beat it in your brain. Yes, first derivative, thank you. So slope means first derivative. And then all you're going to do is plug in this number, just like what we've done before. Remember those problems we did earlier? Take the first derivative and plug in the number? Same thing. Now this one's kind of weird because you got the negative powers.
Oh, we have to make the chart on this.
Pardon?
Do we have to do the chart on this?
No, you do not. No, that's
It's
coming.
not asking for extreme.
Right, so this is not asking for max and mins. So it's just saying slope, so do first derivative. And if I take that down, it becomes a regular 5. But if you step down from negative 5, where do you go to? No.
Negative 6.
There we go. Okay. And so now I got to bring down my negative 3, and I'm going to step down to the negative 4. Now, if you want to, you can clean that up. But when you plug in a 1, what are you going to get?
The same thing.
Yeah, it's just 5 minus 3, which is 2.
You ain't got to plug in from negative 6 maybe.
Well, I mean, it's going to come out the same because think about it. This right here is 5 over x to the 6. And this is 3 over x to the 4th, right? If you put 1s in those spots, it's just 1. So, I mean, it's kind of like we did, but we didn't.
So we don't worry about the powers.
Right. I mean, as long as you're plugging in a 1. Now, if you were plugging in a 2, then yeah, you're gonna need to actually do it. So if it says plug in a 2, you're gonna need to change it to this thing right here and put in the 2, raise it to the power, and see what you get. But since we're plugging in a 1, it wasn't a problem. All right, let's see here. Find all values of x, if any, where the tangent line to the graph of the function is horizontal. Do you know what that is? If it's horizontal, what's the slope of it? 0. So we're saying, where's the slope? 0. Slope, what did we just finish saying the slope was?
The first derivative.
First derivative. And so we want to know where the first derivative is equal to 0. That's what we're after. So if we do first derivative, we got 8 minus 2x. We're going to set that thing equal to 0. So 2x equals 8. That happens when x is 4. So that's all you got to do. Okay? So use the product rule. You remember the product rule. Okay, now quite honestly, it's a multiple choice test. Do you have to use product rule?
Yeah.
No, neither one of those have powers on them, do they? Couldn't you foil that sucker out and then do the derivative of it?
Wouldn't be,
Yeah, so I mean, if you want to cheat, you can do that way. And that's going to be 10x squared plus 5x minus 8x minus 4. So I just need you to get the answer. Now that's the original. Make sure you do the derivative. So 20x minus 3.
So you can do that.
You can do that. You could do the product rule.
Hold on 1 second. How'd you get 10x squared?
Because I said 5x times 2x.
Oh, never mind.
I was just
forgot.
multiplying it.
I forgot it.
Okay, now I'm going to do the product rule. If I do the product rule, I got 5x minus 4, which is the first one, times the derivative of the second one, plus the second one.
Can you only do that when the signs are the same? I mean, when the exponents are the same?
No, you can do it. But if you've got exponents up there, you've got to do chain rule with it, and it gets nasty. So at this point, you just multiply this out, and you got 10x minus 8. And this one ends up giving you 10x plus 5. So there's your 20x minus 3. So it's the same answer. This one's with the product rule, and the top one is just multiplied out. I don't care which way you go.
Oh, so.
Yeah, I was doing the same problem again,
Okay.
different way.
Oh, I can.
Giving you options. All right, so this one is it's still saying product
Hold on 1
rule.
second.
But you can't do.
Okay, no, wait a minute. Is the exponent outside on the group?
Oh.
No, it's not. So it's not going to affect you at all to multiply these together. You got exponents on the inside, but that's okay.
Do you add the exponents when you multiply?
Yes, ma'am.
So it'd be 12. So.
Okay, so yeah, 12x to the what?
10.
10. Okay, good. And then, ooh, this is nasty. 28x cubed. Yeesh. And then just do the derivative.
X to the third plus
120x to 9. Now, I'm going to reorder it whenever I do it. I do not know what 7 times 24 is. 7 times 24 is 168. So 6. And then I'm going to do. So I'm just putting them in descending order as I go. So if that's weirding y'all out, I swapped the last two. So, I guess it's this one. A. Is that right? No.
No.
Wait a minute. No, it's not A, because I don't have the square. Oops, shame on me. This is it. It's D. My bad. That was the only thing different between A and D is that A didn't have this little square here. So, you know, be real careful about your details.
Why do I put two?
Okay. Let's keep moseying along. All right, quotient rule. We did the quotient rule earlier. So let's see if you remember it. Remember how it went? So the V part is which one?
The bottom.
The bottom. So I'm going to write down the bottom, and I'm going to wrap him up. And then I'm supposed to multiply him times the derivative of the top, which is 2x minus 3.
What is that X to the 7 times?
Yeah, it's in that wiggle. Yeah, x to the 7th minus 2. Then I've got my great big minus sign. And I'm going to do it the other way. I'm going to do my top times the derivative of the bottom. 7x to the 6th. And then I've got to have x to the 7th minus 2. Wrap that sucker up with a square. Now, remember when you go to multiply the top out, you have got to do this part. And if Mackenzie Downs watches this video, she needs to listen to this part. So, do them separate.
So times them two first, then
Right.
and then times them two, then minus them.
Exactly. And so, we're going to take our little time to do this. And we're going to multiply this first part out. So, x to the 7th times everything. And then negative 2 times everything. So that's the front. Then there's our huge minus. You need to block off the back, because if you don't block off the back, you're going to miss out on the distributing that negative. So that is a big stinking deal, is to block off the back. And then just distribute your 7x to the 6th. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's huge. So you might want to, on test day, either use some scratch paper or bring some notebook paper if you want to. Because you may or may not have room on your test, I don't know. Now you got to distribute your little negative. And then get your like terms together. Surely something's going to go together. Let's see here. I have two of them with 8th power. So a negative 5 x to the 8th. And then I got those two gives me 18 to the 7th. I only have 1 to the 6th. One of them to the 1st. And then a little 6. Ooh, Lord, I hope that matches somebody.
My 7.
Okay, so negative. Okay, I got negative, positive, negative, negative, positive. Negative, positive, negative, negative, positive. I think it's C. Is that right? Okay. Because I can't see both of them at the same time. So, I'm trying to work it, but, okay. Hot mess, but, you know, you can do it. Oops, my bad. I hit the button twice.
You can bring 5 down, can't you?
Yes. So, bring 5 down, and this is just that chain rule that you've already done. That power becomes a 4, and then what do you have to make sure you multiply by out here? What's the derivative of the inside? 4. So don't forget that part. And then you can take this part and clean it up and make that a 20. You can't touch the other because of that power of 4. He's got everything tracked. So it's got to be A. Let's see what this one looks like. I might be able to squish it in. I tell you what. I did. We got 45 seconds, but we're going to need to stop it right now because we don't have time in 45 seconds. So maybe next time we'll finish.